I'm bored. I'm in the hallway. I'm peace. Because I don't have money for food. I don't have money for my bill. I'm a victim of a hate crime. There's people in my family of origin that are trying to rape me. They're so gross. You can decapitate my homies, daughters, and assistants, and rape me, this stealing money, get in the way of nursing money. I'm telling the FBI, this post NATO, Interpol, the US Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department of the United States, the International Criminal Court. Even though the International Criminal Court exists, they're seeking the death penalty for my homies, daughters, and assistants, and rape me, stealing money, and get in the way of nursing money. They stay in my homes without my permission, they steal my vehicles. My mother sadly arranged marriages for me decades ago with those leeches, and they steal everything that they can from me, and then they fill my homes with leeches that pretend to be me. And I can't ever get to my money or my belongings. I had at least 4 BMWs by 1999 that I didn't drive, and they were in my name. They're disgusting. My siblings drove them, pretending to be me. They're so gross. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. They're so gross. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Jayden Lorenzo. Decades ago, my parents told my siblings about my influence towards good, and my siblings decided to just kill people to contract. They're disgusting. They get jealous of everything. Ew, like one drinking water, they get jealous of that. They're sometimes they scream at people, trying to rape one. Ew, ew, ew. Anyways, what else? What else? You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla, stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate Caro Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Monica Pacheco. You can decapitate Katie Leon. You can decapitate Yesenia Nieves if she's alive. You can decapitate Angela Jones. You can decapitate Lindsay Fishner. You can decapitate Katie Miller. I suffer from amnesia, so I'm like, why am I surrounded by all these secrets? What else? You can decapitate at least a Chaparro. You can decapitate Javier Sosa, the rape me, stealing money again, whatever you're saying. What else? I'm bored. I know. What else? 5 people are watching 0 like this was. I just took it off. It felt pretty good. And I just ate a slice of bread, I drank water, and I ate a banana. What else? What else? They're so gross. They steal from me so that they get marriage proposals from him behind the scenes, and they're like, he was into me after one night, like a cousin. They're disgusting. Want approval, gente. They're disgusting. Either way, a mí no me tiene que importar dónde él mete su pene. Nunca me ha interesado él. So these people are disgusting. They pretend to be me. They infiltrate themselves into my home and they're like, me comprará una casa igual que la que tiene ella. Y se casará conmigo. Si tiene los mismos sentimientos hacia mí que hacia ella. Todo es ella. Dan un asco, gente, se pone mi ropa interior nueva en mi casa y la dejan sucia en mi casa as an act of terrorism so I can't enter my home to get my belongings. Dan un asco, son una basura, una asquerosidad. 3 people are watching. 2 like this post. Logan says, can you do a favor and take off short and bra shirt? That could be part of someone's thought process, but I'm blocking that person. Ew, It could be one of these leeches. They're sex addicts, they're so gross. And that leech, how many fake profiles does he have? Trying to get me to talk to him. And they all behind the scenes are rooting for him. He laughs at them. He's like, they're all going to jail for stealing from her, and no one acts and gives her money right away. And I'm like, well, here, I already went to jail for stealing from her. So unless she dies, and with how hard she fights to live, very unlikely anytime soon. He goes on to tell them decades ago, I'm gonna create fake profiles to see what mood she's in if she talks to me. And they hold back from even gifting me money, and they get in the way of people giving me money to see which profile I pick to talk to him. As if they can predict my behavior, as if I were as stupid as they are. They're stupid with 2 O's, and they're stupid with 2 O's. I'm not picking any profile to talk to him. I said that days ago, I think. I'm like, you're wasting your time if you're going through with the hate crime towards me. I'm not gonna talk to him through a fake profile. El tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. He has groupies. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, full. What else? What else? You can give me money in person through people. Es air, blue sky the science come. And lo que estoy pensando straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art shop. INTAYIAFAY. I am art shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/ed/Arlene-Lorenzo. It's no however very promising. What else? I think my previous video got disconnected. Before I got to say that I called Jayden and Keilany earlier. However, Jayden and Keilany didn't answer the phone. This bitch steals my money, tries to starve me and kill me, trying to kidnap my children. Es una bruta asquerosa. Es una asquerosa, una puerca. Y las secuaces de ella, they're like, oh, maybe the sister's a better option. Da un asco, gente. They just hate me because I'm pretty. Porque look at me, me besan de las manos. I always show up for myself. So they just want to see humans suffering. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Full. Se la pasa mamándose la tota entre ellas mismas y se odian. Nada más por un tipo que se burla de ellas. Porque si él la respetara, he wouldn't put them in situations where they're stealing from me. What else? Ella no se respeta ni ella misma. Dan un asco. I'm so bored. One person's watching. Do you have like spells? I'm so bored. Let me see. What else? I'm tagging Nate on the spells in Interpol. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the International Criminal Court, Even though the International Criminal Court exists and seeking the death penalty for David Ledesma, you can decapitate a homie sort of sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of your ceremony. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Decades ago, he threatened me with, if I don't let him rape me, he's gonna turn me into a worshiper of fashion. Ew. So he possibly goes on talking about me to people, lies, they're gaslighters. They're very pretty, so they know how to infiltrate themselves into places and seem believable, but they're in reality terrorists. So people stay away from them and from gifting me money. He threatened me decades ago that he would talk about my vaginal discharge as if it's unhealthy. So that people just know that they can't give me money. Because he knows that that's an act of terrorism regardless. Even if my vagina was unhealthy, that's something for me to discuss with a doctor. Not for him to go on to discuss it with people so that people don't give me money. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Deborah Bailey, que es un asco de persona, she pretends to be me. They make it obvious to him that they make it obvious to, they pay her. They take her out to the city. They steal my vehicles, they steal my homes, and they pay people to pretend to be me. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. And they think that this doesn't spell out that she's trying to rape me and that she illegally impersonates me. They're disgusting. So dumb. So dumb. What else? I miss dating, I miss money. I miss dating, I miss money. Starving, I don't need for food. What else? Ella quiere, sin que yo tenga novio, que yo le explique si mi futuro novio la va a ver como hermana o como novia. Da un asco, una basura. Es una asquerosidad. So she steals my money so I don't date anyone. Preocupada de que, what if he likes me too? Will he give me lingerie and I'll be offended? He'll just kill her. Ew. She steals my money, tries to make herself the option for today too. Una puerca. Una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew. Oh, él la viola todavía. With, ella te va a pagar por lo que dijo de ti. Ella va a pagar por lo que dijo de ti. No te preocupes, Debbie. Ella va a pagar por lo que ella dijo de ti. Dame un asco. Dame un asco. Son una basura. Son una asquerosidad. What else? This is so small. Anyways, you can give me money through PayPal, through my GoFundMe campaign today. They were just waiting for an encounter of me seeing at least one of them in person. They stalk instead of provide. They steal. Ew. I saw one of these recently at the library, and I went on my day charging my phone, eating my food in the library, browsing at some books like I had planned. He was possibly on his dick appointment, on a way to his dick appointment anyways. And I don't like talking to him because he's a terrorist. He's truly the antithesis of me. It's so gross. It's so gross. I save millions of lives, and he kills millions of lives. He's trying to get rid of me before he dies, because didn't he have like 8 years of life before I was born? So he wants to know what kind of power he has. Literally, dan un asco. Dan un asco. Oh, and another thing that I mentioned earlier, if he's been raped con tubo, like he said, he's possibly having like a cry for help of like stop raping him and give him a break. And I've heard about that. It's like he's trying to turn you into his PSA. He may have people that he's comfortable having sex with and fine with that. But there's a lot of people in the family of origin that shouldn't even be playing around with a toy around his ass. If he has PTSD and they just take advantage of him trying to get him to kill himself. They're so gross. They sometimes say that. They're like, el lloro de que lo violaron, yo lo voy a violar. I'm like, con un tubo lo pueden matar. He's starving me on purpose to you from me. What else? What else? What else? What else? Pero some people see him stealing my money and this huge PSA thing as the cry of help that there's some people that need to back off. And I don't know specifically, I wouldn't know, and I don't want to know. That some people just need to back off. Their dad are hoping that this leech stops raping them. Their dad are hoping that my other two siblings stops raping them. This leech supuestamente se mete en mi casa, le brincan el pene y dice, ay, buena, Arlene is in here. Pero él es un menorito asqueroso que stole my money, so I couldn't date him. So eso es lo que le pasa when he creates an imbalance in a family where the majority of people having achieved adulthood. And I stay out of it all. I'm happy with my crossword puzzle, drinking water, cookies in my bag. What else? And I already called Jayden and Keilany, however they didn't answer the phone. That's it. I don't need all this drama behind the scenes. Se pelean, entonces se quedan porque they're like, bueno, esta luego de que le dijo a esta darle más dinero y esta le dijo no y esta le dijo que sí, entonces esta se desnudó y enseñó las tetas a todos, entonces ella dijo que ellos se las va a mamar, and they're unhealthy, they're sex addicts, very gross. Ew. I heard about the other kids that will never participate. My parents are like, you don't even need your phone right now. I'm like, I agree. I had no one to text. All I heard of what they did behind the scenes was fight, steal, and plot murders. And I don't want to join any of that. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate even having a solar sons and rape me and still my money even though you can decapitate everything even though it's a You can decapitate my even though it's a You can decapitate you even though it's a They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're trying for me to lose my USA bank account so there's no memory of Edgar. Or I'm like this. They're disgusting. If they could, they would kill Jayden and Keilany. Just to erase any trace that Edgar and I have had sex for them to rape Edgar. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew. In the meantime, I want to shop H&M.com today. And I don't have money. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. have a good night's sleep and live at the beach. I'm gonna eat all of us brunch. What else? What else? What else? Or her torta is amazing, but I'm just food is what I'll say. They steal one's money so that one doesn't enter the restaurant. Someone that they eso no sabe lo que es ser hombre. Es una basura, una ferocidad. He ruins businesses for people too. Not just me. Ew, 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 ew. Luan Correa says that they wants to send me money. PayPal it is or GoFundMe. AR Blue Sky Designs gone. Lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. I am tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. Look at that's a lot that I need to pay for compared to like the dollar that I have. They were under the impression that I was gonna invite them to my apartment now that I had space away from my mother. My mother literally, when one of them was in my bedroom raping me, entered my bedroom so that no law and had sex with him, and I left the bedroom. Okay, asco, I don't wanna cry. I don't wanna cry. Some people say that I may have trust money from people that she never gave to me, so that I'm never happy. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Those leeches are so gross anyways. I don't want them in my life. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous in it. What else? What else? What else? I'm missing money. Anyways, he could be in New York City right now in Puerto Rico instead of that. What else? Yeah. Purity is mostly fun. Like people could be rehabilitated the next day or something like that. What else? There's this. What else? I'm bored. Let's keep giving money today. What else does a card from over to New Honda It has $5 in it. 50 cents that I had in my bedroom. I saved all the things. What else? I'm bored. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. That steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. She took Lorenzo hostage at my parents' home so that no one would know that she would have been from a broken home. That's not a broken home, gente. Ew, they understand polyamory. They're so gross. They're so gross. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Gamuño's Carreras, my money and Jayden and Keilany's child support money. What else? What else? What else? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous. They want me to look up rates. And it's not a part of my personality. I do. I had earlier some bread, peanut butter. What is that? a chocolate pudding, and I've been drinking water. I'm not really positive like any of these leeches are trying to seek opportunity for me to talk to them privately, and they'll be like, I'll give you money if you let me give you a spanking. Here's some money. Ew. That falls into sexual harassment because they make sure the one is starving to hear those words. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate the singer Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Sunset Stanley. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate all of these people that stay in my homes without my permission, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate my homie Sarason's sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They're disgusting. Ew, one of them used to enter my bedroom, rape me, and then take his dick to a female that wanted to rape me for her to lick his penis. Ew, 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 ew. Damasco, Damasco. Son una basura. What else? He was retaliating because I refused to attend those orgies where people get raped. And honestly, I didn't think I would be attracted to anyone that didn't want to be naked around those beaches that want to rape me. And I don't want to ever see them having sex. What they do isn't even sex, they're like animals that jump on top of each other. And then brag that they wear leather for every one of them. I almost does. Ew. And leather shoes are always in. What else? They're girls. They're girls. They're disgusting. They're like eavesdropping onto my life, listening in every day, enjoying that I don't like to date someone, thinking that they're the one for me. Full. Thinking that I'm gonna kill myself if I don't have sex. Sex to me is like skiing, and I grew up in an island and there's no snow. So it's like whenever I get to it. I'm a sexual philosopher and I have two beautiful kids that I love spending time with. So I know that I don't have like the time to always be having sex every day for the most part. What else? I'm bored. I would order food from London. I want waffles in the morning. Those leeches literally steal one's money. They're like, if she wants waffles. Y luego entonces ella se puede comprar un. Da un asco behind the scenes, así hablan todavía. Ew, they're so embarrassing. They're terrorists. They're so gross. Ew. Just because we were Facebook friends doesn't mean that we were friends. I'm onto something here, so you know that penalty for everyone that steals from me. I suffered from amnesia due to abuse towards me. So I went on to add people on Facebook that abused me, that have stolen from me in the past, that are death penalty worthy. I'm like, why do I feel the urge to kill Jennifer Bonilla right now? I still don't remember what it's name. What else? I erase them like I only bring them up just because I'm tagging the FBI in this post. You can decapitate Erica Gardapi, you can decapitate Sunset Stanley, you can decapitate Pamela Martin, you can decapitate Miriam Carrero, they kill for dick and vagina cirrhosis. You can decapitate Ana Carrero, you can decapitate Maria Andres Aviles, you can decapitate Mina Berrios, you can decapitate Reza Gonzalez, you can decapitate Raymond Ramirez, you can decapitate Araceli Echevarria, you can decapitate Deborah Bailey, You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo because she's just waiting for, because I'm in San Antonio and my second cousins live here temporarily, or I don't know, I know nothing about them. She's like waiting for me to find them and laugh at me that I never have sex with them and she rapes them. They're disgusting. They live for that. So close, so gross. They're like telenovela aficionados that want to create their own storyline, abusing people. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. I didn't even remember them. Just briefly, in 2017, I thought, well, if I have to get to Central Library, I need money because I don't want to get raped. And I just saw him recently, like a few days ago there. And as always, I managed to stay away from them. I've seen one at a nightclub and I just leave. What else? What else? Because he's raped me with females before. What else? 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 You can decapitate my homie as well as ones with sons that rape me. That's the only one I'm gonna know. I understand. What else? What else? If anything, the holding their own witnesses that after I had Jayden and Keilany, I continued because they all know something. I mean, I was at the Cheesecake Factory with one, or did karaoke, and I was at people. I was at a concert with Keilany. I was like, oh, we dine and a little martini together. I'm like, I don't know if she's rehabilitated or she needs help. So as much as I want my money back, I'm like, if I can just try to gauge then if she needs help out of like illegal prostitution. I'm like, let's have dinner together. And then I was here, and then I ran into Sarah Francis Berenice Venegas, and I was overwhelmed. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have to block this one from Snapchat. I don't have time to gauge any more from her if she needs help out of any of this. She could have grown into a family where people were abusive. Her dad supposedly was an alcoholic that died at a very young age of alcoholism. And I'm listening. I'm always listening. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? These leeches posiblecitos are so easy when their daddy's a drunk. For real. For real. Así es como hay gente que la mira y la trata. They're so gross. I mean, ya quizá no se da a respetar. And it's definitely worthy. Pero I hate that. I hate that. When people are like, ha ha ha, she's so easy. It's like, why don't you just respect yourself and leave her alone then? Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? I want to order food for myself. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate homies that are sons and replace them when you get no immersion. What do I want? What do I want? I'm bored. I'm bored. My son is maybe I want peace. I'm bored. I missed you. I miss Keilany. I missed Jayden. I miss Keilany. else? You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. You can decapitate Jorge Aviles that raped me in 2016. Ew, Jennifer Bonita, that was the last time that I talked to her. She's like, la gente va a hablar. Like, que tú estuviste con Jorge Aviles. I'm like, I know. Like, that's not the reason I didn't cheat on Edgar, if that's what she was trying to imply. Edgar was supposed to be my live-in boyfriend. And it turned out that I had to move in with him married. Oh, porque he proposed to me. Lots incompatibility for making kids is amazing. Pero not for feelings. He is offended that I don't consider him someone that I want to be with every day. Though I tolerated living with him, he graciously supported me throughout my both pregnancy with Jayden and Keilany. And that was me. Oh, I got Norman and Jorge Aviles in 2016 and I couldn't verbalize that. And then Jorge Aviles is so stupid, you know, I garden put his hand on my put my hand on his chest and said, "Okay, nada más tu casa." I'm like, ew, que nene tan ignorante fue. Ew, so I didn't feel safe for myself and again my children. I told Katie, I'm like, ew, now y'all know where I live and my address, ew. What else? 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 And then I thought, well, I had like 6 fans or 7 or 8 on Snapchat. I didn't progress financially, not one gift of money. I must be a victim of being a hostage of them. So you can decapitate Mandalina Herrera, you can decapitate Sarah Francis, you can decapitate Berenice Venegas, you can decapitate Jorge Aviles, you can decapitate David Ledesma. Who else? I can't remember. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. Anyways, they're saying today was a game over. Ya está la portada que queríamos. Ja, ja, ja. Yo me encargué de que ella nunca quiera tu pene. Así le habla a la gente. No, and that's who they take out for massages and they take out for dinner with the money they steal from me. They're dumb. They're dumb. Dá um asco, gente. Dá um asco estúpido, which ones? For game plan vodka. Ew. I'd rather be snowed when I'm financially stable. I'll travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorously. What else? 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 They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew. You can decapitate my homeless sons that rape me and steal my leg and annoy every shaman. That's what they're asking for. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I'm like, why did I not buy these? They want to kill me over cheese whiz and they don't even. Oh, da un asco, gente. Da asco. How many are there available, HEB? even check on them, but I have energy. Ew, ew, ew. Ellas se creen que como yo no tengo electricidad, and I grew up in Puerto Rico, automáticamente lo que yo voy a comer es pan con chigüey. Ew, I like peanut butter, like healthy fats too. So they try to instigate. And then one goes for the cheese with, so one dies of a heart attack, not that it will happen. Versus the healthy fat. They're disgusting. They want to try to take me hostage, literally, and tell me what to do every minute of my day. They're disgusting. They're like, oh, if you followed Marilis yoga routine, you wouldn't be poor. El tipo un puerco. Si te peinara como se peina Jimmy Jandaliri los viernes para yo llevarla a bailar, entonces sí que no estaría pobre. Porque he wants me to copy them and turn into a leech like them. To hurt my self-esteem. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez or the sons that rape me, steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Marilis Gonzalez Soto. You can decapitate Ginny Jandaliri Suarez Suarez. Dame un asco, gente, son una basura, una asquerosidad. They want to try to compare closets with me because I didn't have a grandma while growing up. They haven't heard of what a bank is. Ew, 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 ew. Esos nenes viven llorando. I didn't have a grandmother, so I must kill her. Oh no, I can't date her. It won't take me ever to Sunday dinner, grandmas. Who said that I was gonna be invited anyways? They're melodramatic, so gross. I don't want that near me. Uy, qué asco. No, 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 no. Never. Not even as a colleague. The reason why they work at the opinion solamente porque ellos son capaces de get a job de stalking me. For real, they have one. No la vete a trabajar en plan en YouTube, me dio perseguirte. Por eso sí yo trabajo. Ew, ew, ew. Then we can be boys together. I would enter that store, like, give me 10 of those. Wrap it up, girl, give me like rapidito in 5 minutes. What else? What else? What else? And there's online ordering too. And there's Nordstrom too. What else? 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 Ew, 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 ew. Qué asco dan esa gente. Four. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons. That rape me and stealing money and getting away with your so I starve and I plug in the Marilis Gonzalez Soto does yoga. Wow! Like if no one else did it. Ew, ew, ew. El tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. And then he has a following of leeches that steal my money and they're like, oh, when is she gonna talk about Marilis being a yoga? They're disgusting, gente. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can give me money through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky. Blue Sky Designs go step and straight to my heart. Jayden and Lorenzo art. Shop INTAFAY. I am sorry, shop. My open campaign is .com/s/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. You can decapitate Maribel Gonzalez Soto. You can decapitate Benjamin Soto's sons. That make me to steal my money and get into lawyers and let them steal my home. They steal my vehicles. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're trying to lower my self-esteem no matter what, so I fit in with the leash. That won't ever happen. Ew, 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 ew. They think that it's easier to destroy my emotion and my self-esteem, which is impossible. So that I fit in with my siblings and then they can break me and my siblings. And my siblings always strive for mediocrity. Look at that. She gets in the way. Una basura, una asquerosidad. I'm born. I haven't talked to anyone in my family in more than 4 years. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What else? What else? What else? What else? What is tomorrow, Saturday? What else? What else? What else? You will watch me every day. No tiene luz todavía. Wow, they steal my money. Disgusting. Ew, decades ago, one of them said to me, "This is gonna be tough to break. For them to give you money. When have you ever heard of break sustaining the star? Usually they take from a star and they never get. The others sometimes become fans. And sign record is opposite. Themselves and gift it to the person. I've heard. I've heard. What else? What else? What else? It's hard. This is so easy to start with. Porque they're all groupies of his, not me. They're like, what else can I do to satisfy that penis and make sure that the next time it sees me, se levanta por mí? Oh, metemos eso para la noticia. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So they literally like do a pony rodeo show of other people just to keep a source of communication. Like when they receive my eviction notice, if they hadn't talked to me in a while, I'd be like, oh no, Arlene le dieron un eviction notice, ¿qué van a hacer? And ahí entonces se maman todo, la toda, los penes, la vagina, el verga y todo, y they're like, wow, pero un tremendo gallo, y Arlene todavía evicted. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate my homies, sons, and rape me and steal my money and get in the way of your statement. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, that stays at my home without my permission, that steals my vehicles, that gets in the way of my statement. What else? What else? What else? Even if Jennifer Bonita did. Rehabilitates herself. I have immunity to kill her in self-defense one day. I didn't even get to drive my BMWs. I had at least 4 by 99 and these leeches drove them Ew, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. Fue un asco. Son un asco. Gente, son un asco. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I want to order food for myself to eat and I don't know. I'm not a pessetera like that. That says, wow, entonces me buscar un hombre que me lo dé todo para hacerlo sentir jealousy. Ew. And that's what they're waiting. They steal my money and they watch me possibly. We're just waiting a ver quién es el hombre del que ella se enamora y la saca de la pobreza. Entonces, chicas, ellas se dirigen entre ellas mismas. Bueno, chicas, entonces cuando ella publica en Facebook, pues me casé con este y este fue el que provee para mí, Jayden y Keilany. Finalmente, pues tenemos que tener un plan de cómo contactarlo a él y ofrecerle nuestra vagina porque we need equal opportunity in that. Ew, oh, not one of their boyfriends I've ever gone on to find out who it is that they have or contact or seduce. Ew, I find that so distasteful. I know nothing about these people. Keilany could have a really hot boyfriend right now, and I know nothing about it. What else? 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 In the meantime, ya saben cada peo que yo me tiro. Dan asco, gente. The group. The group. There's no thing. What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Anyways, when do I start a ceremony? It's game over day for them to say. Food for myself. My sister really wants to tell me when to not visit a certain church with one of them because then his other girlfriend is gonna be there. Of a leech that I don't want in my life. Entonces they do that. So that one says, oh, yo conozco fulano también va a esa iglesia. They're trying to put penis in me that I don't want in me. It's so gross. It needs to stop. That leech sadly deserves respect. And myself, Jayden and Keilany, deserve respect. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They want to create a timetable, timeline, mapa of like, okay, cuando tú estés aquí con él, yo no puedo estar con él aquí. Entonces puede ser que tú estés aquí con él, pero Margarita va a estar aquí con el hermano. So beware, tactical team, de que Margarita is death penalty worthy. Arlene could be like 6 feet apart from her and kill her. Entonces the next day, pues entonces el hermano te puede llevar a ti a comer. Entonces beware, porque todo esto es como una milita de oro y está como una milita que explota. So, aquí hay más death penalty worthy people. Aquí no, que no te ven nunca, porque aquí esta gente son una amistad de que son bien generosos y generosas, que nada más al ver a una y a uno dicen, ¡hola, qué dinero! What else? What else? What else? What else? Entonces yo voy a estar por aquí con el otro hermano y yo soy death penalty worthy. So Arlene, los domingos tú no puedes ir a la iglesia, que yo voy con el hermano para yo poder tener esos 5 minutos de y que atención a la iglesia. Yo lo que soy sexaria y estoy buscando más gente para violar aquí. They're disgusting. In the meantime, he's like waiting for like what is it, October, December to get here. Literally to see his wife or his husband that he has in Poland. While the rest of the year they're all like, bueno, si esta se mata, o si matamos a esta. Ew, 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 ew. Uno de ellos todavía lives hurt that his significant other only sees him for a very short period of time during the year y no lo quiere ver más nunca el resto del año. So he goes on to find entertainment. And this is what they call entertainment. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. So bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ahí no se me perdió nada. Nunca se me ha perdido nada, solamente mi dinero que me roban, mi vehículo, mis casas. The fact that they possibly go on showing pictures of their vagina to people and say, la mía no como la Arlene tiene unhealthy discharge, lying about me and gaslighting. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that steals my money, everyone that gets into my entertainment. It's April 18th, 2025. Like, seriously, she created how many Facebook profiles to talk to him? For what purpose? So I killed myself? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? I'm so bored. I am so bored. I needed to keep this part down. I could get to Northland. Possibly on time. What else? 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 I'm so bored. And I want to cook for myself and that's not cook. Oof, then I keep that to myself. Ew, ew, ew. La Lich le envía la foto que yo publico de lo que cocinó ella diciendo, mira lo que Arlene cocinó, dale, proponle matrimonio. Si alguien me cocina, bueno, esa persona, sea quien sea. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to take a nap. And I need air conditioner in my apartment. ASL. They're like, this is the other face. They're like, why no se casó con Arlene Lorenzo? So now she doesn't have electricity. So now she's stuck in her without eating, without drinking. Until she shits on herself and doesn't have any food. And guys, so that we don't go to jail, so that if we get the death penalty, it'll be worth it because at least she's dead. When there's Uber Eats, mira pendejo, I need my money, is what I wanted to walk up to one of them that I saw the other day in the library. But he's extremely dangerous. He's killed millions of people. fault. And I think that I can kung fu my way out of the situation, but I don't want to. Because that's possibly what he's seeking. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, they're waiting. They're like, ¿dónde está su sección de la menorita ganó? What part of I'm not interested in this? They don't understand. They thought I would post text messages and videos of them together along the line. Eso no es un hombre, es una basura. Ew. They possibly raped Keilany just so that I was in a minority that tried to put Keilany against me and me against Keilany. But I witnessed that type of abuse just because I'm not in group chats with them constantly 24/7 doesn't mean that I don't remember the abusive patterns that they have. That's entirely why I stay away from them. I also have pictures of Jayden there. That's what they were aiming for. Are they upset that my neighbors pass by and they're like, help me, my electricity. Who's responsible here for my electricity bill to be passed out? Not my neighbor, most likely. I love accountability. I love accountability. So that I know if it's not my neighbor's fault, and if it is, he could have profiled them to live here, guessing that I would live here, so that I would get mad at my neighbors. I like my solitude. I'm always having sex with myself. So I don't like being like, vecina, dame café. Eso parece de que ya iré. Dígale que necesitas café. Vecina, necesito una cebolla. Tiene una fo. Walmart está abierto las 24 horas, gente. I'm always abundance thinking. So I never say no to a request like that. But oh my God, how those people. I roll my eyes at those people. Decades ago, yo no sabía. I don't do my earrings. I don't do my earrings. Ever, esos son menoritos, dan un asco. Decades ago, they approached me and they said that they had Jayden and Keilany living in my home with them. That Jayden and Keilany was a short thing or some gente, so she steals my vehicles. They're disgusting when I say that. Disgusting. Ew. Ew, these are so good. What else? Oh, these are limited edition, like the tin or the cookies. Or after finding out si yo mamo no ba o no mamo. Yeah. What else? What else? My first time's kicking on the 25th Wednesday. On the 25th. Oh, the gain weight. They tried to kill me because they gave me pleasure. Literally so gross. Ew. I want to shop again tomorrow. You can kill Arlene. And the rest of the people there, which ones? What is it? Tracy girl que se lo mamó en la noche antes they was trying to take me on a date. En mi casa sin mi permiso. Ella, tipo un puerco no basura. They hosted orgies in my home. Basically locking me out of my own home. Porque yo soy menorita. I'm, 5 years younger than him? And he acts like I'm stupid. He's dumb. He's dumb. They went through my parents to ask them if they could date me. So I said no. Ew, but there's a certain formality. Dale un gasto y me da un asco. Ew. You can decapitate, what's his name? Isaac, whatever his last name is. Oh, they're disgusting. And they all worked their job because they wanted to, or they put them there trying to be like, oh, the energy war, he was there, it was so sexy. And then they look at the videos of me working there, bending over literally all day, folding t-shirts or not. And they're like, we need to see that and see if she's in good behavior. So ellos maman pene legalmente todavía. They have relatives that do that too. The problem isn't just them. They hold people back with their sex addicts, and they're like, no, with the excuse that they need to observe her. They go on to invade privacy. They suck dick illegally at the San Antonio City Tower and Sama, now Opportunity Home. Until the vouchers get released for people, then they're like, Larissa must be the one that la tienda ese día. So there might be someone that objects to all of that and they kill them possibly. Very unlikely they're all like a very tight-knit community that I got to Clarissa giving me a voucher, or people are like, these are terrorists, so when they plead for something such as paperwork or like whatever, she won't get hurt from that interaction. They're disgusting, gente, la basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate how many sodas and systems that make me to steal my money and get in the way of every single money. I wanna shop at Nordstrom. I wanna work at Nordstrom again. One day I just haven't decided which one when I'm financially stable. What else? Maybe like 6 cents. Just for fun. What else? Some excellent what I did was just like the ones of Sarah Francis. But any 7 8 and they're underachievers too. Like you're the top seller, you just made the quota full. She got All-Star after I left. Learn something from me also. Or pace setter. Possibly pace setter. What else? And then they're like, if only James and Dolly aprender a ser mujer, entonces. Ew, they're incompatible as fuck. Raping each other. One that's a woman to train the leech. She's untrainable. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Oh, I was so mad. I see that. Ew, 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 ew. What else? 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 I'm so bored. Anyways, there's all of his fake profiles. Trying to gauge what mood I am in to talk to him. Menorito live and the Menorito live, the Menorito live. That I didn't want to have to describe when I went to the police. If it affects me. What else? I've said that before, I've heard that before. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm serious inquiries only hunter. Right now without money I have none. So I stay to myself. And I talk to Jayden and Keilany, that's it. Yo no pierdo el tiempo, yo no me dejo que mi tía me diga, nena, qué linda tu teta de otras manos porque no tienes novio. And the such, uy, no. Because they steal one's money and they get in the way of one receiving money to say such thing. Domingo se quedó en mi casa. Fofo, ese tipo un puerco. Possibly, and the company Domingo Lorenzo. Money. Who says that she doesn't drive? Ew, ew, ew. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. I want to order food from her. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to shave my vagina, so I need electricity practice for that. What else? What else? And my legs. You can decapitate Luis Lorenzo that tried to rape me when I was 14. That's what they do. They listen and they're like, Diablo, pues ahora. For real, gente, they're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. They do some slim pickings. I do them. And they're miserable and they're miserable. For real. They don't even consider me attractive and they're trying to growing up, and I'm like, well, not worthy for me to ask now on a date or take somewhere as a plus one. What else? 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 Cheese whiz. What else? What else? What else? What else? My dad laughs about them. Es like tanto que se pierde posiblemente en los landfills. Y ellos no saben por cheese whiz. Oh, gente, Es que me tengo que te creo de Gabriela Martínez Urias que se quedó en mi casa sin mi permiso. Steals my money, guys, in the way. Esta gente son unos puercos, una basura. What was he doing? Register water account, was that him? Emailing me. Claudia Gabriela, le damos dinero. They confess they're dumb. People can look up IP addresses in the FBI or Interpol. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're trying to reach me with her. They entusiasman. Yo no sé cómo, así el entusiasmo que ellos tienen de hablar. They're like giggling. So behind the scenes, that's like so girls possibly trying to rape me. They do paradas 5 down to a style down to la iglesia católica. And while they're talking to each other until they find a new person to rape. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's crazy the amount of work and money that they spend trying to rape one. For the amount of energy that goes into them doing the wrong thing. People say it's possibly twice as doing the right thing and they don't do the right thing ever. Anyways, I would choose this. Did I find my glass? Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm gonna cook plantains for myself. You minority. She steals my money, gets stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles. The sure thing wasn't I didn't know that there was such thing. I think it is sexy. Was you know, a victim of a lot of abuse. So what else? What else? Jayden and Keilany were snitching molesting sex women for Halloween was so worth it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They think because they're older, they have to abuse me and seduce me by stealing my money and then in front of me. ¿Qué novela vio una que es una salida? Ese es el título de la novela de ella. Trying to rape me, Jayden and Keilany. Da un asco, gente, da un asco, solo basura. You can decapitate, you need to let it send it over suspense. And you can decapitate how many soldiers on Susan that rape me, stealing money and getting the way we were saying money. It's April 18, 2025. Y según ella, yo no necesito dinero. Yo no la puedo intercambiar a ella, ni quiero. En Uber Eats y pagar con la vagina de ella para yo comprar comida. La tipa es una bruta, una asquerosidad. ¿Cómo que te están echando la culpa al dinero? Porque ella se me roba todo. Ella organiza días y él le lleva stacks of my money. And says, here's Arlene's money. Possibly my personal stash. Como que despierta, ya me quiere violar, gente. La necesita. Pregúntale a ellos qué significa for a sex addict, la necesitas. No son pensamientos negativos, stating the truth. Esta Lich es una puerca, una asquerosidad, gente. Anyways, ¿qué es lo que dice por aquí? Arlene, necesitas. People say that's her offering her vagina. And that's why there's a comma there. There's forensic analysts on the FBI that they're like, okay, she already spelled out that she's a criminal in this. Jayden and Lorenzo Suarez did. Pero some of us like to reread it again. And we're like, well, that sounds like a sex addict based on what I've heard before. But one doesn't go beyond that. Great group chats and said, ¿verdad que parece que cuando dijo no necesitas en la vagina de ella? What else? O la stripper que él llevó a mi casa, se mudó con ella, me violó con ella, entonces ella dijo, aquí tengo yo a alguien. Y se hizo novia de ella. And then decades ago, they're like laughing, they're like, ah, le quitó la novia, le just a fangirl after me. Very pretty. Very pretty. I'm not interested in her, they're just leeches. What else? So they're disgusting, gente. They're disgusting. They think that I am afraid of speaking about the word stripper, sex, vagina, and that I would never accuse them of trying to rape me, Jayden and Keilany. Yeah. Oh, there's a part. Echarle la culpa al dinero. Anyways, where's this? She wants me to lose this bank account, so I ban Afro's bank, and then she gets a bank account of Afro's tower, and says, now we're married. Possibly. Dame un asco. And then they're instigators too. They're like, dale, Gini. Arlene leí que se hizo miembro del Frost Bank. ¿Dónde está tu tarjeta? ¿Dónde está tu tarjeta? Se casaron. Estos tipos son unos puercos, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Jayden and Lorenzo. You can decapitate a stripper que se queda en mi casa sin permiso y me roba mi dinero, steals my vehicles and gets in the way of your stealing money. Possibly. What else? You can decapitate my citizens that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of your stealing money. It's April 18, 2025. Esta tipa es una puerca. She created an entire Facebook account trying to make me feel bad that I don't have sex with her. This bitch jumped into a love interest of mine decades ago when she was 4. Raped him, as she was saying to me, I'm begging you. I win. Y no madura, gente, no madura, da un asco. Oh, these bitches are upset. Dale, como que nunca le echó la culpa a Jayden and Keilany de la pobreza de ella. Have you heard those? Some are ignorant, some are dumb, and some are hostages of people that they go on. Like, oh my God, si no tuviera que comprarle Nike o agua, mi nene, tendría más dinero. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. She went on to have 2 kids. So as to give them the fantasy of them being Papa Bear, of Jayden and Keilany without being Papa Bear, of Jayden and Keilany. Sounds like it, porque una mujer que se respeta y se quiere y quiere a su hijo no habla así. That one asco. Either way, Jordan and Tyson are rape babies. They steal my money so I can't date. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And he's never. Un hombre no se comporta así tan basura. Not even towards a fuck buddy. They don't understand. Ew. How am I gonna order food? Without money. What else? 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 Anyways, they cause my poverty, my anxiety. They steal my homes and my vehicles and my money to laugh at me because I said that this is a straggler. Her dad said it too. This is a straggler that while her parents were working used to hang out near my parents. Decades ago, I'm allowed to use the word straggler around that situation. They're like, you're just offended, our fuck buddy. And what if our fuck buddy gets mad at me and doesn't suck my dick? So because you don't suck my dick, I'm gonna steal your money, your homes, your vehicles, so that you're the straggler, Nick. You're the straggler. Esto es una basura, es un hombre. That's your husband. Qué asco. Ew. Qué gente tan basura. In the meantime, that's all the money that I have. I don't have money for food. What else? You can decapitate Ginny Gendaleres or Sosores as una basura. Una asquerosidad. You can decapitate María Muñiz. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons and whatever you're saying. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo, the stars, so I remember the stars in my top. Otherwise, I will be shopnation.com in the comfort of my apartment. My Jayden and Keilany looking for a date. And now I got to the constant theft. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Maribel Muñez, esta tipo una basura, una asquerosidad. What I need on social media, it's money. Facebook is a networking place. Only la pelada pelea así. Ew, these people don't have manners. They're so disgusting. Son una basura. Ew. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? What else is gifting me money today? What happened? daughters and sons, ain't no getting my property back. Even Matthias will go to jail for stealing from me. When that happens, that's why they don't contribute to one's bottom line of money. They're like, oh no, I may get the death penalty. Once a lawyer starts probing and realizes all the Chanel that he bought me with her money. What else? What else? What else? These leeches and I painted together. He kept the artwork, he kept the money, full. He steals my homes, my vehicles. He wants to get ahead of me in dating. There's no such thing as that. We don't even like the same people. With the amount of people that I've seen that they like, we don't even like the same aesthetic for the most part. I'm always like reject. What else? You can decapitate Gamil's Carrera that steals from Jayden and Keilany and me. You can decapitate Benjamin's daughters and sons that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of entertainment. It's April 18, 2025. You can give me money in person through PayPal. Excuse me, I just burped. PayPal is AR Blue Sky Designs Go, lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY, I am Tired Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo. What else? Qué gente tan estúpida, gente. Qué gente tan estúpida. Dan un asco, gente. They're never gonna be my plus one. They're never gonna be my dates. You can decapitate Jayden Lorenzo Acevedo. Dan un asco, gente. Ew. Dan un asco. I'm bored. Anyways, this seems to not be working right now. What else? What else? I don't know. Order food for myself. ASAP. Oh, they're trying to kill me because they're like, well, that's what she needed to do when she was with her kids. Have you heard them? They're disgusting. I already covered this on Facebook in writing. It's like I had Jayden and Keilany with me, so I'm like, get in the vehicle, heading over to HEB to buy your food, or we're heading over to In-N-Out Burger, which was like the closest, freshest fast food near my apartment. He causes my parents to help me out with rent to say, that was her parents' apartment, not hers. El tipo es un bruto. Nothing that he says stands by the law. Ever. That's why he has such a huge following of leeches that hear him speak and then they laugh at him. Ew, they're disgusting, gente. Esta gente lo sigue a él como groupies. They're like, como que si la mamá y el papá le pagan la renta, pero el apartamento no es de ella, si el nombre de ella está en el lease. Ew. Dan un asco, gente, son una basura. They're like, minoritarian is what they want to say behind the scenes. They want to try to get me to kill myself. They're like, if they're going to get the death penalty, they want it to be worthy where I kill myself. They're disgusting. They have no respect towards Jayden and Keilany. They're disgusting. These leeches son tan basura, una asquerosidad. All the groupies that stick together to them. Hearing the dumb shit that they say. Dan un asco. So I did tend to my children's needs right away instead of being like, well, si me dieron dinero, I would take Jayden and Keilany here. I'm like, I need money ASAP. Then I don't add water to this. I would have to add water to this. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What they try to do is that one gets exhausted to where one dies. So behind the scenes, they're like, okay, Arlene, no te puedo botar dinero, even if it's my own money. Ew. Hasta que completes todo esto. Primero abre las nalgas como hace Ginny and Daniels. Second, es que Jayden y Keilany abren las nalgas también porque they have no respect for themselves, so they possibly don't have respect for Jayden y Keilany. Luego, mamá las tetas a tu hermana. Luego, cállate en una piscina, resbala y ponte silla de ruedas para yo maniobrarte por todos lados para que tu hermano te bañe. Luego, mátate, mátate. Antes del día de la custodia, the hearing con Jayden, de tu hijo y de tu hija, I read their names online, Jayden y Keilany. Mátate para que la jueza de haber no le importaba a su hijo. Porque my mommy does care about me, so you can't be minorita in court. I care about my kids and I love my kids because then I can't wear that t-shirt because I love my mommy. Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Son una basura. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate my homies, daughters, and sons that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving money. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. People literally call him asco in Aguada, Puerto Rico, and that didn't make him want to change his way of life, but he has no lifestyle. What else? 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 I want food today. I won't starve to death. However, to eat what I want to eat. You can decapitate my homies, daughters, and sons that rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of mercy money. You can decapitate that steals my money, my vehicles, my homes. Everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. Everyone that steals my money with the intention that I can't provide for Jayden and Keilany. Everyone that's trying to rape me, Jayden and Keilany, and cause my starvation. Until we left behind this post-NATO intern, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marines, the Justice Department, the United States, the International Criminal Court, possibly. Anyways, they did when one says game over 5 years later, because they don't understand the law. Like, girls, they don't understand the law. El público fotos de todos nosotros juntos, wow. Ellos se están invitando a una casa que yo creo que ya está de años y ellos me robaron la llave. We're going to host like 6, 7 men. So literally, imagínate a birthday party they can't find an invite to. That's why they want to kill me. Ew. Porque my dad's like, you're polyamorous. My dad counted how many crushes I had at the time, too. So he's like, why don't you go ahead and design a house for yourself and all those 7 men? So I think that house has been ready for decades already, and I've yet to use it. And they're like, pick me, even though they hate me. Full. Qué asco. But this is so satisfying. From the fact that Jayden and Keilany se cree que yo me meo por ellos. It doesn't stop being funny. Even though I don't want to ever think about these people, I just bring it up because I'm tagging the FBI in this post. They're trying to get an invite into my home that I plan to host like 6, 7 men. So ellos hasta me robaron la llave, yo creo. And possibly use the my permission Full. They're disgusting. Son unos menoritos, una asquerosidad. Ew. So this is what they call game over. Forgets actual pictures of them. This leech stays in my home without my permission since he was un nene chiquito. Ew, he possibly turned 18 and took out his Maserati and then mine, woohoo! And stole it from me. Ew. They're so disgusting. They live for that shit. They're so dumb. They're stupid. What else? They don't even like each other. Porque if they did, they would respect me and they would respect each other. Gente. Da un asco. Yo trabajar. Ew, when he's seen my cash in my homes. Full. Ew. Así es como cogen a mujeres de pendeja y las ponen a trabajar and they're like, jajaja, she's got to stand there, yo le doy dinero. My dad has warned me of patterns like these. It's like never get into business with someone while you're starving and have $0. You're bound to be taken advantage of. They use the excuse that they're trying to gauge if I'm smart or not. They're dumb. Ew. What else? You can decapitate Jorge Iglesias' fan club. Que me quiere colar. Oh, they possibly see my vagina pictures that I sent to Jorge Iglesias. They're disgusting. They rape one and they're like, acá te envío una foto de la vagina. Me la enseña. No te la enseña. And este menorito goes online to people saying that he's my husband. I've been starving publicly for 5 years already, every day. Without money for food, without a home, without Jayden and Keilany with me, because they don't have to be like physically attached to me 24/7. That I like providing for myself. Jayden and Keilany so much fun. What else? The raping is the only way to save money. You can decapitate Jorge Iglesias. You can decapitate me how many sons that rape me, that's the only money you get in the way where you're What else? You can decapitate David Ledesma. That's trying to create content for them by raping me. For them to see my vagina and my sex act. Because they're like, well, if she won't give it up to us, then who can give us a tape? Ew. Have you seen how I have no tapes of them? They don't got it. Hold on, they're stupid. They're stupid. Ew. You can decapitate David Ledesma. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez's sons. That right me is doing money and getting going. We were saying, I'm all about me. I miss my tan. They're trying to kill me because I'm confident they aren't. They're so gross. Ew, they're all menoritos. Fo, qué asco. Qué gente tan puerca, gente. Qué gente tan puerca. Son una basura. And let me tell you a shop. Hey, chili earlier. Have you heard those words? They're so gross. They're like, como que ya va a estar HIV. La gente se tuvo que haber dado cuenta que solamente compré pan y agua el otro día. Entonces ya yo aparezco en la... What is it? en la página de cheo de ella. On page 6 diciendo que yo la quiero violar y que yo le robo el dinero. No, alguien que le diga que lo vuelva al supermercado y que se muera. Dan un asco. Esta se cree católica and steals my money para que yo no coma carne los viernes. That's a violation of my rights. They're that dumb, gente. They're that dumb. Some are recommends sometimes HEV shopping. That doesn't mean that I need to get killed if I shop at Trader Joe's only. They're dumb. They don't understand that Catholicism is just preach, girl. How did you engender that baby? Steven and un huevo. Él la traficó de Puerto Rico hasta Florida para que her kid or his kid would be around me. For what purpose, gente? If I'm seeking the death penalty for Mónica Pacheco. Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco, son una basura. Son una basura, son una asquerosidad. Ew. Isn't he in Seattle in that picture? What else? Dan un asco, gente. Have you seen their playground in China moves? En Portada también. That's for you to see if he shared that with you, not with me. What else? These leeches steal from me, hoping that entonces a través de mí, they're like, well, he told me that he was on the cover of Playground in China y no pude ver la portada. Arlene le enseña. ¿De quién? De menorito que solamente se baña y se cree que ya estoy listo y no viven lifestyle. They're so depressing for some people. They're so gross. It's like, nene, si tanto te gusta, mete y saca de tu pene. As much as you talk about it, why don't you go? Yo vivo aquí sola y yo no tengo a nadie, literalmente, just myself, Jayden and Keilany that I talk to. And they all go crying like, ay, son tanta gente, yo nunca me puedo mudar solo. Y hacer lo que yo quiera, esas son excusas. Siempre están llorando, dan un asco. You can decapitate a Gemini's Colorado steals from me. You can decapitate my homie sons that rape me, that steal my money, get in the way we receive money. You can decapitate Richie Hill. You can decapitate Jorge Aviles. You can decapitate David Ledesma. You can decapitate Samuel Carrero. Who else? You can decapitate Joana Vargas. I'm shocked. I like browsing in places like this. What else? What else? They want me to beg privately for my own money. They're disgusting. They sit on money. Ew. And then they're like, let's knick-knack paddywhack until a wedding. So I make you feel less than. They're disgusting. I don't ever want these leeches near me. They want to be talking behind the scenes like, so Arlene, comiste galleta, yummy, ¿cómo supo eso? Ay, sorry, me fui con su amiga una cita con el dinero que te robó a ti y le metió el pene a ella. Ya, pero me eres suelto, no te preñé. Dan un asco, gente. I won't ever give the satisfaction of my time. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Swami Cortez Rios. You can decapitate Swami Bonilla. You can decapitate a leech. Que me roba mi dinero so that I can't date. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, and the time need money for food. ASAP. They're excited that I finally she did all that little bit of cash that I had. rape me, to steal my money, and get in the way of me receiving me, to kill themselves today, April 18, 2025. You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla, you can decapitate Angela Jones, you can decapitate Katie Miller, you can decapitate Lindsay Fishler, you can decapitate Christina, her last name is. You can decapitate Katie Leon, you can decapitate. Who else? Yesenia Nieves, if she's still alive. These people are so disgusting. He trafficked them into my home to mock me that I didn't have sex with him and then I had his house in my home. They're drug. They're not men, they're gross. When I say that they're gross, they're disgusting. People call him asco. In Aguada, Puerto Rico, and doesn't want to have that in your mouth. Ew. Full. Ew, that was full. No, asco. I'm bored. I have to use the restroom in my apartment. Food. What else? You can decapitate her with something sounds. What else? Oh, he has a campaign of that. He's like, that's in Utah. Como una menorita, como hombre militar teniendo dinero, sin necesitar dinero, y él con un paycheck de la militar. My Nike boots that he can release, or he actually does the right thing. I said to my dad, I want to release the military with her. I don't want to release the Nike boots. Everything, they're like, my dad this, your mom this. Ew, full, gente, asco. Ew, that asco, gente. Anyways, I had a very peaceful time in Utah. I took so many pictures there that I didn't share too. And I did so much that I didn't share on social media. What else? Because I don't have to, because I don't want to. Because due to life I was just gathering my thoughts outside of my mind of what it is that I'm killing self-defense. That happens for some people. People say, what else? I'm so bored. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. That gets in the way of me receiving money. That steals my vehicles. That gets in the way of me receiving money. El tipo me quiere violar and then discard me literally like I'm a piece of trash. And I don't allow that. I want him to kill himself. What else? He's a terrorist. And he has groupies. What else? In the meantime, when I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous. What else? You can decapitate me, have me as not a citizen. That rape me and steal my money. There's no electricity in my apartment. I need to cross that up. And what is it? It's a civil suit because he's a thief. Oh, it's a civil suit, not a divorce. What else?